Hello, everybody. Well, probably not very many of everybody's because this is a random Thursday afternoon stream. It's about 12:43 here on the West Coast, and I'm just popping in live to test out my new router because last week I was having lots of connection issues and getting cut off quite frequently. So I'm gonna just try and stream for a few minutes, hang out, see if the video cuts off or if it'll be stable moving forward, if I'm able to use the YouTube in the background to chat and engage with anybody who might or might not show up. I know this is unplanned and it's just Jack Greenstock right now. There's not going to be a growing with my fellow growers or anything. This is just a hangout. I might toke a little bit. I'm going to be watching my own YouTube stream here in the background. It's working well, at least for now. So I can typically get it started. The question is, will it stay working? Will I end up freezing at some point and cutting out? I should have probably hit up. You know what? I'll probably post the link because I do have a couple of you guys. Operation Annihilation. Let me go from top chat over to live chat so I can see all the messages, which I always suggest everybody do. Narwhal, you Pete, what up? Kazoo, cheers. It's looking so far so good. I'm not seeing myself freeze yet on the YouTube. So, Mark Pete, what's good? I'm just hanging out, smoking a little bit of J1 from a crew called No Till Kings, but it's kind of funny to get it from the commercial market, being that I know the crew who made it, and I've had that cut many times in my stable, and I can get it as needed. So that's a long time favorite. What up? What up, Doe Grow? Cheers, everybody. It's looking pretty good so far, but knock on wood. I would imagine a brand new router is going to work better than an 8-year-old router. So I did a speed test and I wasn't particularly impressed. It does look a little bit choppy, but it might also be my laptop. I restarted it, deleted some files to make sure I have space and everything. And to be honest, though, the connection seems fine. Good enough, at least, to stream. I'm seeing myself moving around. I'm not seeing a lot of cutting in and out. And granted, there is a YouTube delay, so I just move my hand and I'll see how long it takes for it to show up on the actual YouTube versus the Zoom, because the Zoom is an immediate feedback loop versus the YouTube takes a little while. But I hope everybody's doing well on this Thursday, just chilling, hanging out. If you have any questions, you can feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm about to take a little puff of some J1. Maybe you could say what you're token on if you are choosing to indulge with me today. Wow, that is quite the delay. Maybe I need to jump forward. I'm at least a few seconds behind on the stream here. 10 seconds behind. Oh, so 10 seconds plus whatever. Oh, let's get it live. Said we'll do it live. Here we go. We're live. I'm live again. Okay. Now I'm getting a little bit less feedback delay. I'm going to mute for a second and take a puff. Cheers, everybody. Operation Annihilation says Cherry Paloma. What up, Doe Grow says about to put a few girls outside this week. Smoking some Ghost of Chem 4. Cheers, y'all. Cheers. Jamie Ream. That sounds like some good stuff. I love me some Chem 4, and that Ghost of Chem 4 sounds like it'd be some good stuff. Maybe it's Ghost OG cross to Chem 4 or a Chem 4 back cross or something. Maybe you could tell me a little bit more about that one. I'm smoking, like I said, J1, Jack Herrera Skunk number one, Jack Herrer, as it's properly pronounced, actually. Pretty stoked though, because at least on my end, it's looking like the connection's pretty solid. How about you, chat? Have you seen anything cutting out yet? Maybe a little bit of choppiness, but I haven't seen like full 10-second lag outs. But I've only been live for like 4 minutes so far. And sometimes it happened right at the very beginning of the show, and sometimes it would happen a few minutes in. So I'm gonna probably run it for like 15, 20 minutes just to get an idea if we're having any connection issues. It also could be Sunday, maybe there's more people online, more active, but definitely the new router seems to be doing the trick so far. So pretty happy with that. Narwhal UP says try overloading your router with not connecting all the devices to the house to it. Yeah, no, that's probably a good idea. I turned my a lot of my stuff off in the background. We've only got a couple devices connect to it. My wife's phone, maybe a Chromecast. So I don't really have like a smart house type setup where everything is. I guess I've got a few um, of those speakers that you can give commands to and set an alarm or ask it to play music or whatever, and those are connected to the Wi-Fi as well. So like four or five things, but I do think it's better. I'm fine with a little bit of you know, lagginess as long as I'm not completely cut off, you know. Um, and some of that could just be that my camera quality or whatever, or just live stream quality. My settings might even be off right here. Settings, I think mine are on auto, and that's set to 720p. Wonder if I could change that higher. And it doesn't look like I can go any higher on the live. I do look better on Zoom than I do on the YouTube, so I think there is a little bit of a quality loss there. So at least there's that. And I could probably clean off my camera, but not that you guys need to see my face that much more clearly. That's not what I'm concerned about. Or just concerned about being able to get a good message out there if and when we're doing a podcast. What up, Eagle Gardens? Cheers to you. I'm just doing a little test to make sure that my new router is working. My old router was crap in the bed, dude. It was at least like 5, 10 times over the 2 hour period would cut out for like 10 seconds where I couldn't hear anybody. Um, and they would freeze. So that'd be my only indication that I had cut out. So I started to kind of learn like, oh, well, at least nobody can hear me. I can't hear them. I'll wait until I cut back in and then try and figure out where it was in the conversation. And at that point, sometimes I would bring my phone up and use my phone on like 4G LTE, not on Wi-Fi, so that it wouldn't be pulling from the same connection. And I could have one ear without headphones on, listening to the show as I was, even though there's a little bit of a time delay, it could let me catch up a little bit here and there. So good to see everybody. I know this is a different time for me. Just let me know if you do see or hear any connection issues because that's kind of what I'm testing out here. Right now, from what I'm seeing, it looks pretty good, but we will see. I'm gonna, like I said, hang in here for at least 15, 20 minutes. It looks like so far, so good. Pretty happy with the new router. It was free. They sent it to me. Good instructions, simple setup, and just downloaded an app and all the passwords and everything remained the same. I had to unplug the old one, plug the new one in, transfer some wires over, and wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Called it a day. I was putting that off for a couple days. I did a lot of other stuff first. I worked on my plumerias, and man, I was really excited because I transplanted two actually that I got from a plumeria festival a year or two ago. And when I initially planted them after the festival, I was kind of convinced that they just kind of took cuttings off of larger plants that had no roots on them at all. Because when I went to transplant them, there was like maybe an eighth inch or quarter inch roots, if that, and not much structure at all to the soil. But as I just transplanted out of those pots, the entire, I don't know, maybe 1 gallon pot it was in had just started to see like roots wrapping around the outside. It stayed together in like a perfect transplant where like the whole entire root mass slotted out, popped it into the new pot, filled in some soil, added some of my extra amendments. I have a 5 ingredient recipe I call my Plumeria Love Potion, PLP, and it's actually pretty simple, but really does a good job with them. So I've been happily growing those plumerias. I've got a Hilo Yellow as my largest one. Lady Greenstock rooted a few years ago, and we started in a just a simple 1 gallon, went up to two maybe, and those were easy swap pots, so a little bit larger than the actual number. And then eventually got it into a city picker, and it's taken off since then and been blooming like crazy and smells amazing. And I could smell it from, I don't know, 10 yards away when I open my door. So pretty awesome stuff. And got a lipstick, which is supposed to be purple when it blooms, which is gonna be pretty cool. And my wife also got a rainbow one. I don't remember the exact name of the rainbow variety, but got those transplanted up. Got a few other varieties as well. So I've got 5 plumerias outside. Thankfully, there's no plant count on plumeria. I can grow as many as I freaking want, and having a lot of fun with it. I actually helped my neighbor get theirs blooming a few years ago. I've talked about that in the past. But cheers, everybody. Just doing a little test run with the connection, and it looks like so far so good. Let me know if you see any cutting out, but I'm not seeing anything so far. New router, who dis? It's Jack. Same Jack. You know me, at Jack Greenstock. And you know where to find me and all my stuff. And yeah, man, it's seeming pretty good. I am hearing and seeing more and more people talking about the Velvet Punch F3 potentially having germination issues or sprouting issues and things like that. So contact me. If you don't want a refund or more seeds or something like that that might not sprout, my plan to make right by the people is any future crosses that I do, which will be like Velvet Punch F3 2.0. I'm going to remake them from the F2s that I have if I can get them to go. Um, and any other crosses that I make, like maybe a Donnie Burger cross, maybe a Vortex F2 or Spartan Puke, or yeah, maybe even Spartan Puke, who knows? But that's called Project V from Spartan, that Vortex F2 that he put together and shared with me. And I'm going to be working some of Brandon's stuff too. So if I find a good pheno of that, maybe I'll have a cross of some lime stuff from Brandon or some Gorilla Glue stuff, Limerilla stuff from Brandon. So some fun stuff to look forward to there. I'm also going to try and pop some of my Sour 76, that Cali Sour O across to Afghan 76, the 1976 Highland Afghani that I got from HSO years ago. I grew five of them and kept five of them back. So hopefully I can F2 some of those or find a cool female pheno in there to make some crosses with. Life is getting back to normal finally. Good to hear that, Eagle. I saw you make a post on your page, and I was definitely one of the people that supports some more fucking talking shit with the Eagle coming back, some more wormholes or hangouts, with the crew. Been good times over there. And I know what it's like to have to take breaks now and again and getting it back. I saw a lot of excited people in the comments when they saw you make that community post. So we're still out there. And we nerds are hanging strong, always looking for a place. This is even probably filling a little bit of a hole for some of the we nerds back in the day because it's like a daytime. I would play some music, but I don't want to get this channel fucking attacked with any copyrights or strikes or anything. We've already gotten enough bullshit with that. So I'm gonna pack another bowl up. Maybe you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw this live into a open hangout, so Eagle can jump on, and then a couple others can jump in and hang out, just so I can ensure that the connection is strong enough. If I was doing like a growing with my fellow growers, like I'm gonna do this Sunday, so prepare for that link to come out here in just a few seconds. Sorry, Eagle. I was trying to pin the Zoom chat message, and I accidentally hid you on the channel, so I unhid you. So I apologize for that. And I'm actually gonna add you as a moderator again because I think you might have lost your moderator when I hid you on the channel. Eagle Gardens is a moderator again. All right, you should be good to go there. Hillbilly Herb, you're also gonna get moderator just because I see you there. Add as moderator. Standard moderator, you've been on here. Okay, there might be a password involved. So if you need the password, let me share that with you now. The password will be 280930. 280930. I'm going to type that 280930. For anybody who would like to join, cheers. Tie Sticks Loyalty Gardens in the house. He's actually repopped some more Velvet Punch F3. I was talking about that. If anybody has germination issues or stuff like that with the Velvet Punch F3, I will replace them whenever later this year. I'm going to do a flower run of the Project V. Then I'm going to do a flower run of Brandon's gear. But after that, I'm going to do an open kind of pheno hunt. And the grow after the pheno hunt, I'm going to make some crosses. So I'm 4 grows away from making more seeds. And everybody who's bought the Velvet Punch F3, whether you let me know or not about germination issues, I'll go back through all the orders and send people the F3 2.0s and any of the crosses I make with those. So tie sticks, anybody, whether you're a tester, veteran, whoever. Shout out to everybody who's got that Velvet Punch, even if they grew out and turned into good females for you. A lot of people said that they got high male ratios of what did sprout on the ones that had low germination ratio. So I will make right by all those people. Jack, they are still floating in water. One may be cracking as of this moment as I look. Good stuff. I think, Ty, one of the things I will say is in the future, when I make more seeds, I'm going to keep them a little bit colder and not going to keep them so dry. I might try rice as opposed to, I was using paper towel, and I'm theorizing that potentially I got them too dry. And also my Curador is only as cool as 65. I think the bulk of them I'm going to put into my regular refrigerator in the back somewhere in a sealed jar, as opposed to just like a plastic containers, which I've been keeping them in so far. So lessons learned, and we'll keep on rocking. And I sent that link out, and I don't know if anybody has tried to join yet. I'm gonna add that sound, so play sound when someone joins, and I will remind you guys that you may be that being said, it's also in the middle of the day. You might be at work, you might be doing shit. So if you can't jump in, I completely understand. But cheers. Maybe let me know in the chat if you're trying to jump in and you can't get in. There is a password potentially if you haven't been on before, or if the link wasn't shared like directly to you, potentially. But yeah, nobody joining up so far. I will say, pretty happy with the connection so far. It's looking so far so good. I haven't seen myself freeze up like I was all day on Sunday. So this is looking like good news moving forward. How's everyone doing? We got ADZ Factor. Eagle Garden says, I'm coming. All right, all right. I'm gonna pack up a bowl then, Eagle. I'm gonna keep this mic running. Even though I can hear the fan, I think Zoom does a pretty good job of cutting that out. Maybe y'all can hear the fan if you've got good headphones or good hearing or good speakers. Speaking of good speakers, I got a pretty good set of speakers on my record player. Sorry, I'm a little quiet. I'm not close to the mic. Packing a bowl. All righty, little J1. Oh, am I gonna have enough? We will see about that. Make sure there's no cat hair in there. Oh, there is. Pull that cat hair out. Got it. Life of two Maine Coon slash Persians. You got cat hair all over the place, no matter what you do. But cheers, everybody, for hanging out. I'm sorry, this is definitely not the most entertaining of streams for you, but I wrote in the description what I'm doing, and this is technically a test, right? I'm just hanging out. Haven't seen myself cut out. I will say I trimmed up the old dome and the beard, and yeah, not like balding or anything. Fortunately for me, I guess. But yeah, it's nice. Just have a little shampoo. Got the low cut. Let me see. All right, chat. I'm back. I'm back. I'm reading what's going on here. Let me share that password again because I think some of you guys are probably trying to jump in, but you don't know the password. So I typed the password earlier. It's 280930. 280930. 280930. If you want to join live for science, for science. Packing up a bowl for science. I mean, I'll come and smoke one. J5020. Hell yeah. For science. We're all smoking one for science. Breaking away those stereotypes that'll dumb us down and kill us early. I definitely think one of the better arguments that, like Spartan pointed out, the 10,000 studies that found a vast majority, 3 to 1, I think, were showed positive impacts for cannabis. Looks like I got Eagle joining up. Really good to hang with the Eagle again. It's been a while since I've been over on his channel and since he's been here. So always great hanging out with Eagle, fucking talking shit with Eagle. If you don't already follow Eagle Gardens, check him out. Eagle Gardens 1. Fucking talking shit with Eagle on the YouTube. Cheers, Eagle. Looks like he's just loading up. But I am definitely stoked to have Eagle come on and hang out for a little bit. Got Bruce Leaf. We got Todd Wilson. We got Supreme Grape. Jeff Papilia. I'm gonna, I think, add Supreme Grape here. You're a long time listener. You're gonna get a wrench. Supreme Grape. Add as moderator. Standard moderator. It looks like we got Eagle Gardens in the house. Cheers, Eagle. What is up, buddy? That's the
What's
real.
going on, man?
I was a little worried I was gonna have like a Eagle Gardens 420 special and have a fake eagle jump in, start cursing me out in Spanish or something.
It happens. It happens, Jack. It does.
The
Cheers,
lost
brother.
episode.
How you been?
Oh man, life has been treating me well. I will say that. I'm too blessed to be stressed, I've heard some say, and that's how I'm feeling. My life is working for me. I'm working hard, but it's rewarding myself and my wife, and she's working hard and it's paying off. I've had abundance has blessed me in a number of ways, and I don't want to gloat too much. I'm flexing over here with my new router I got for free. And now I've got an official connection. It seems like I can actually host a show again. I was cutting out for like 10 seconds at a time in the middle of the show, like maybe 5, 10 times last week. It was
Oh,
killing
I
me.
know it. That's hard to do too. when you're just getting bits and pieces. You can play along and you can piece it together, but at some point you just go, "This is fucked." 'Cause I
Yeah,
can't,
man.
excuse
I know
my
you've been
language.
there.
I can't, I forget that I'm not necessarily on my channel. So,
No, it's all good,
uh,
man. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna probably delete this potentially anyway. I might keep it up just for the shits and giggles. Now that you joined, it'll be like a special episode, the secret show, the Jack testing out the new router episode. And I'm just thankful that I can actually have a regular conversation. And like you said, you can kind of piece it together, but it's so much nicer to have like a fluid conversation and not have me cut out and then like Spartan will pick up for a few seconds and he'd pass it to Brandon and I jump in and I'm like, what did they even say while I was gone? And like I lose my thought and then shit goes by the wayside. I try to write stuff down in the chat and I try to like one ear it and have my phone playing it from a cell phone connection on the other side so I could pick up some of the stuff that I missed. But man, that makes it a lot more complicated than just tuning in and hanging out with the boys.
yeah, I just was outside kind of working on the outdoor stuff and got some transplanting to do later on. Finally got the room indoors going, a small little veg, another like 30 by 30 tent and a 4 by 8, kind of the small, the system, a small U, not quite what I, used to have, but
Not the whole tent city, but 75%.
yeah.
Working up. You'll be back in no time, I'm sure. I actually like, man, I got to shout out Espresso, but I found a really good coffee shop near me and I busted out some transplants the other day, my plumerias outdoors. But it was probably the most efficient. I got all my shit out, like my bags of pumice, my rice hulls, my worm castings, uh, fucking big six micronutrients from Build Soil, and just whipped it all up. I did my six plants, the few that needed to be transplanted, and then went over to my neighbor's house and took care of her three plumeria. So helping out the
Got four
community.
ugly bitches for outdoor.
Hey man, outdoor doesn't got to be pretty.
These are my outdoor starts.
Hey man, they all got
They're
to start
little.
somewhere. Are you gonna up
They're
pot or
little.
what size pots are those?
That's a 3L right there. This one's I just upped into a 10. That one I just upped to a 10. And then I'm gonna push the 12 outdoors, but I'm just slowly pushing them out an ugly duckling there.
Y'all are getting some
And
heat right
then
now, right?
huh?
Y'all have had some heat right now. Like in Ohio, I know they had a little
It's
heat wave.
84 to fucking degrees right now.
That is wild.
So it's a golden gold. The other two were African black and Thailand black, and then I have pre-Kush Bubba 98 down there on the corner, still right there. To that little thing is right there. And my veggies back there, some veggies starting,
Heck yeah.
cucumbers and tomatoes,
Dude, I might
whatnot.
have
And
start
it's
growing
nice
some
having a
potatoes.
yard again finally.
It's looking good, man. Mostly green. You're gonna have a bunch of perlite out there in no time.
You're right. In due time. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I've actually already, talked with my landlord, and putting plants outside isn't a thing, and so that's kind of nice. That's
It's
what
good to
I'm
not
looking
worry, man.
forward
Living
to.
within the law and then you don't have to stress and you can kind of just do things out in the open. That's a big reason why I moved to California so soon. Ohio is still getting their act together. I mean, if I was there, I wouldn't have had the course of life I've been able to. Like, I hate to give so much credit to cannabis, but it's been a big part of my journey and um, of the successes I've had. It's been, maybe a small or large part, depending on which part of the journey it was.
What's going in your garden currently? You got
Got
anything
some
going?
Project V, they're just getting wet. The Vortex F2 from Spartan. The last grow I did, I got really busy and I had to shut it down while it was in veg. And everything's been shut down now almost probably a year. Just been crazy busy working. I got into turkey hunting. I got into just more hiking and getting back in shape physically in the weight room and stuff, lifting. Um, I'm probably at near my strongest I've ever been, if not my strongest I've ever been. And I was in college track and did some. I, I don't know. I definitely got really up there in terms of like strength per weight, pound for pound, and it's humbling when you lose strength and you stop lifting and you go back to the gym and you, man, I used to be able to rep that easy, and now it's like a struggle to get half that up or whatever. But a year or two of semi-diligent work, and it's shocking. Changing my diet a little bit, got more protein, way less sugar coming in, a lot more protein, and just staying active. The turkey hunting, even basically like rucking like 35 to 40 pounds on my back around the, mountains at 4,000 to 6,000 feet of elevation, got me in real good shape. I was already in good shape, but I thought I was in good shape until I started, carrying 40 pounds at 6,000 feet. That'll humble you real quick.
What made you start turkey hunting?
My buddy got married out in Julian, California, and on my ride there, it was like near Thanksgiving, and there was three wild turkeys that walked right across the road. And I go, damn, I make a beautiful turkey every year. Ever since I moved out here with my wife, we go to town on the turkey. Like the Thanksgiving, I try to make the turkey the best tasting part of the meal. Like we butter it up, we season it, I cook it in the bag to the perfect time, perfect doneness. Like my mom kind of always overcooked it, cooked it dry, didn't season it really at all. Just stuck that little red button timer in there, cooked it, no bag. And it was always super dry, almost flavorless. I thought turkey tasted bad for a long time till my wife and I made it taste amazing. And so I was like so involved in I do the turkey. My wife now does all the sides and everything, stuffing, the mashed potatoes, gravy, all that. And so when I saw that turkey, I was like, I wonder how much more involved taking a turkey from like a turkey hunt to the table is. And it's really, you just pluck it, get the like, feathers off there, and you basically like take the gizzard, the head, the neck. And I'm not a big organ meat person, like a heart, liver, and that some people eat that stuff, but not for me. I'll leave that out there for the coyotes and other stuff to eat. Let nature take what I don't. But using as much of the bird as possible, even the feet, I'll make into turkey tacos. But I'm gonna do the first one I get. I'm gonna do a traditional Thanksgiving turkey, and I haven't gotten one. I went in the fall. I was 0 for 7. Went this spring, and I was 0 for 17. So I'm like over 24. But it is really hard on public land. Like a lot of people get private land. Like there's bids that you can go to like places that have tons of turkeys and they have little blinds set up where you can just like sit there and they're all around you and you call them right in. I like the challenge of it. So like if I just wanted turkey, I could go buy a butterball. So the fun of it's been exploring the Cleveland National Forest, like this place I've never been. I'll drive 2 fucking hours out to the middle of the mountains in San Diego, and just to see them, even on private land driving out, I'll pull over, get some video, call to them, whistle to them, see what I can get them to respond to. And the fun of it to me is like I've always liked maybe like bird watching or bird calling, just like whistling to birds in the tree, like songbirds, mockingbirds, whatever it is. Turkey's like pretty hefty harvest. Like if you go duck hunting, you get one duck. My brother's a duck hunter. He started a few years ago, and well, I'm proud of him whenever he gets one, and he has gotten a couple. It's only so much meat. It's not like enough to feed his whole family. Like the turkey will feed me, my wife, and like I can give some to the neighbors. It's a pretty big 20 to 30 pound harvest. Like it's a real, but it's not like a deer where it's a huge ass animal where you can like quarter it and carry out hundreds of pounds of meat, and it's a lot more blood, a lot more involvement. So I think turkey's kind of like my happy medium, and it's just an excuse to get out in the woods, get some exercise, and hike around some new spots. And I've met some really cool people. Like actually one of the guys in the sheep home grow community is a turkey hunter, and I met him at one of the turkey events locally and got to meet him and his daughter. So shout out to him. He a veteran, and I hooked him up with some seeds. So unfortunately, I think those seeds aren't really the best at this point. They're a little bit old and maybe a little dry. But whenever he does go to grow them, I think the one piece of advice I'd give anyone growing the Velvet Punch F3 at this point is scuff them and soak them before you don't just pop them straight in the soil. You're really gonna have to get water into them. Make sure that they get uh, imbibement or whatever it is. Get that water inside the seed. And if you do that, you're gonna have a lot better chances. But even then, they're a little old. They've probably gotten a little warm, and they're definitely super dry. So that's my warning on that. But there will be. I'm damned if I can't get some of my F2s to go. Maybe those will have struggles too, but I'm pretty convinced I'll be able to get at least a male and a female out of my F2s to recreate some F3s as well as some new crosses with that. So I'm excited.
You know, I I have not been too excited lately, Jack. I have been diving into the seed cases there and trying to get some of the just actually it's been pretty random. I've reached back for like some primal punch and some other stuff. And granted, I'm not necessarily using my tried and true method, which would be the riot cubes in a dome. I've soaked them. I went straight to dirt and had hmm, not so great results with the older seeds. So I've had newer seeds that I've just got a whole bunch of seeds from Blue Blood Grows, and I've had pretty good germination rates with that, which was nice because it gave me a little pat on the back, like it ain't you totally. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, sometimes the
somewhat.
older ones are harder to get to go. I have a seed cracker, like a literal, it twists down and it'll crack them. I saw somebody, Kagi U1 from Coastal Seeds, popped a 40-year-old seed using that. Slapped a little gibberellic acid in there, got it to sprout and fucking go. So,
Heard a lot of people crack them in their teeth. Say
yeah,
that's a great method as well.
yep, that'll
Yeah.
do it. Scissors. There's a medical instrument that you can use. It's like for like closing stitches together, I think, or something. But hemostats, I think is what they're called, medical hemostat. It's like a pair of scissors, but it has like a little
Click, 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 click.
lap,
Yeah.
and you can just squeeze it gentle until you hear that crack. As soon as you hear that little pop, you're good. And then you soak it, get it a little wet, put it in the soil, put it in a paper towel, wait till you get a little taproot, maybe let it sprout. But yeah, man, seeds to me are nothing better. It's hard for me to want to grow stuff from cutting, but that said, I've gotten only all my plumerias come from cuttings, so they're a lot of fun to grow.
These what I've got fucking clones. I'm trying to get some. Actually, it's kind of fun being back in the city. Somewhat. I've had a lot of people just ask me for clones this year, so I went on a little fem popping spree here, and these are all. Well, there's some. These ones in the back here are some blue
Turn
bloods.
it sideways.
That's some dank stomper. And what's the other one? Boston cream kush cake. And
Nice.
then we have some Sleepy Joe, some Critical Smile, some Shiva Soul, and strawberry brulee, some Humboldt uppercut. And I think that's right about it in this side. And then over here we have some Northern Lights times Game Warden. Thank you very much, Justin's Meds. We got a bunch of those going. And I believe that's some smiley stuff there.
You're looking like
Okay.
Dr. Leave Me Alone over there, Eagle.
Doctor, leave me alone, huh?
Have you
How's
seen his
that?
have you seen his solo cup maze?
No,
He's
I
gone
have
on a few
not.
shows now. Oh my lord, dude. He's got thousands.
Gotta love it, man. Overgrow the planet. We gotta teach people how to grow dank and keep doing it ourselves.
Gotta get them going somehow, right?
but this is the second most I've seen this year. I'd love
Dude,
to see this, dude.
it's
That's
awesome.
so dope.
I love giving out clones. I love giving out fems. I think getting people started, even if they just grow a single cola plant, like it's
Dude, I'm
awesome
so
just to
stoked you're going
let people
ham
know.
over there, bro. That's fucking dope.
You can only keep Eagle down for so long.
Fuck yeah.
He's gonna spread his
Welcome,
wings and
welcome
fly.
back, homie.
Well, I do miss I miss it a lot. You know what I mean? And I do miss having a few different strains going. But yeah,
I miss kicking it
these
with you,
are
man.
the
Fuck
blank
yeah.
spots from the other ones that were in here.
It's good to
I'm
see
gonna
you again,
probably end
Eagle.
up outdoor too.
Yeah, cheers, Jack. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, happy to
And
have you guys.
everything's sounding good on the other end from chat. I know that
Great.
fact.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, I figured a new router would take care of it because like I said, my old one, I moved in 2017 to the spot I'm in, and it's 2025, so that makes that an 8-year-old router,
Yeah,
over
you're
8 years
due.
old. And so as technology improves, gets better. It was honestly a dream setup. They just sent me a box, had simple instructions, set it up. Now it's working. It said it's going to take me 30 minutes. It took me like 10. I think I'm a little more competent than the average person setting it up. I stressed myself out about it though. Like I had it for like maybe it came on like Monday night, and I had it for a while. I was like, man, it's gonna be a bitch to go through, and I thought I was gonna have to like enter in all the serial numbers and this
I'm
and
the
that.
same way with all that tech stuff.
But
But they make it
thankfully,
so easy these days, like you're
yeah,
saying.
I literally just unplugged the old one, plugged in the new one, transferred over the cords, and installed an app. It like checked some shit, and here we are. I'm stoked,
J5, I
man.
just got to see who the voice was.
What's up, bro?
First time I've gotten to smoke with you, brother. How you
It
doing?
is. I know.
What you trimming on?
I had to hop on. Oh, this is some fucking what? 8-month old now. This was the September finisher. This is that banana mint cubed.
Did
Some
you get to
like,
see the dead at the Vegas, whatever it's called, the Sphere?
Nope, I haven't done a spear show. Nope.
I've
Nope.
heard people say it's like the most incredible show of all time, and I see you got the stickers there. So if you ever get a chance,
Oh, the
are you
Steely,
a Jerry purist, or
Oh
do you
no.
do you mess with
I was in middle school when Jerry died, so I wasn't tuned in quite yet. So
Yeah.
no.
I will admit I was young too, and like he was gone long before I started even becoming a deadhead.
Do I like Jerry? Or do I love like the band is amazing? Yes, 100%. But I'm not like I never even
Some
saw
people
the
won't even
actual
like mess with
Grateful
Dead and Co.
Dead. I went to like Terrapin Station was like my first like Dead experience in like 2002
Hey, it's still dope,
in
man.
Alpine. Yeah,
It's still an amazing community, despite some of the stuff during the
yeah,
pandemic that the lead singer kind of pushed that pissed me off a little. Still good music.
yeah. You
Got to
know,
separate the art from the artist, I guess,
yeah,
sometimes.
100%. Even the Grateful Dead, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like, kind of did split up the scene. You know, like it took
It
fucking
hurt my heart, dude. Puffco
this
did it to me too,
great
man.
divide. Like, you know, like like I never thought you'd see like Trumpers and shit in dead lots, but they're there.
Did
You
it?
know,
Anybody's
and I
welcome,
don't
man.
like either side. They both fucking suck, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
But
No, it's all are welcome. All just like here, everyone's fucking welcome. We don't pick a side.
I hate them
We're
both
Team Green.
equally.
If
I
you like
hate the
smoking weed and
system.
hanging out and for Dead and Company and Grateful Dead, I'm sure a lot more psychedelic action as well. Then that's what it's all about. Fucking
Truth
disconnecting, having fun, being
and
present,
eating out.
enjoying great music, great food, great company.
People are like, how can you listen to the Dead? It's like you have not eaten L at a Grateful Dead show.
Even dude, just like throw it on. You don't even need to be like fucking smoke a
It
decent
helps.
sativa while you're cleaning the house. Throw it on in the background. I don't know. It's
It
just
helps.
it does for sure. But there's I think
I
Stone
mean, they
Sober,
wrote the music
their
on it.
stuff is
Like they, yeah.
it stands up.
Um, and it's cool getting to know Buddy Kilowatt over the years, and I became pretty good friends as far as like internet homies go and shit.
I gotta
You know,
go
and
hang out with him, dude. He's like right by me. He's right between me and
uh,
Doc, MJ, Coco. So I need to
but
go
getting to hear
fucking.
firsthand that they were about that life. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they did eat acid every time they played. They did fucking, you know,
Oh yeah,
good
they weren't
stuff.
like uh
Like
posers.
all the shit I've heard over the years, like is like like you think it's just like folklore and shit, but when you get to hear somebody that was like in the inner circle and hear firsthand, like, oh no, this is the
It's
shit
like
that was
Willie and
going on.
Snoop, Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg. Like they get down, they fucking smoke.
Yeah, right.
They'll outsmoke people. Like they'll
Willie don't
smoke you under the
smoke no
table.
more, but yeah, he would up until fucking not too many years ago. He was still
Right.
puffing.
I know. Tommy Chong. A lot of people think that he wasn't because he stopped for a little bit. He was
Big
promoting
up,
CBD
buddy.
gummies
By
and
the
stuff.
way, if you hear this, he just went to. Speaking of the spear, fucking buddy drove over to Vegas for a spear show. Drove back for
It ain't
fucking
that bad of a drive from here.
okay, yeah, but he drove back that night and went to the next night. He went to Billy Strings and fucking Willie the Outlaw tour or whatever the fuck. Then
He's committed.
Warren Haynes the next night. I think one of them was in LA too, maybe. I can't remember, but yeah, he's out there on a little mini run of shows, and I want to fucking. I know he's having a good time. I gotta wish him one.
He's seen the most consecutive shows out of anybody I know. That's for sure.
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, I think he's in the 500 club, maybe. I
Dude's
think at
committed.
least.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I've got friends that are like that as well, and I go a couple times a year. I'm not every show type. But it's a lot of fun, man, getting out there.
Mhm. Look at me. I swear every time I go on a fucking a live, I find a fucking bag seed bean.
Good luck, man.
Dude,
Live stream luck.
I've got years of, dude, you know what, the majority of them are in cellophane, cigarette cellophanes. And I have big baggies with cellophane stuffed in them, and then I have the year of that baggie written. Some of them have the plant it was found on, some don't.
You're sitting on a bunch of GG4s over there, bro.
I know I've got the next fucking chem dog, and I'm fucking just sitting on it. I gotta go do like a big just broadcast them sometime, and let's like survival
I
of
did
the
a big
fittest,
bag
see what
seed
comes
pop.
out.
I kept them for years, and I was like, I gotta get these sprouted, and 0 popped. I was so bummed. It's like, man, I might have some gems in here, like a couple, like you said, like we're labeled with what I found them in.
Okay, but now this year was the first year like I would like said fuck it and like threw some pollen around like my production plants and shit, you know. So in the past years, I've been able to be like, yo, this is 100% fucking bag seed, and they have been pretty much S1s to a T, except the fucking neighbor grew these fucking lowriders one year, and then ditched his camp. Fucking left a couple males out there, and of course I found a couple droplets of pollen. Found a blue dream, and so I'm thinking I'm growing out this blue dream S1, right? And it turns out to be fucking hemp.
Yeah, you gotta be careful,
Flowered
man.
early. It was like done in like August. Yeah, lowrider pollen. Fuck. Like of all
That's rough, bro.
all the shit you gotta fucking choose to work with, dude. And he was like, got him like he was over in Amsterdam and like fucking he brought back like thousands of them.
That's
He
wild.
bought like a kilo of them or some shit. Fucking lowrider something. Lowrider cross with some other fucking
I hate lowrider.
roadside fucking land race, dude, or something.
Lowrider is garbage.
Eagle, sorry, are you still here?
I am, sir.
Oh, I gotta get this other screen on. Oh, there we go. Now I can see both of you. Fuck yeah. Shit. You're over in the Flint area again, right?
I am.
Nice. Yeah, we're gonna have to hook up here this fucking summer for sure. I know I've said it a few times. We both have, but it'll happen.
I'm down. I'm
Oh,
down. I got to swing over and hang out with Mr. Brett Anderson over the weekend. I'm smoking his Rascal Jack
Oh
right
hell yeah!
now. Right.
Is that like some Jack by Rascalberry or something?
Yep, that's one of Smiley's.
Hell yeah! Skellington by Rascal, something like that.
By his Rascalberry.
Fuck yeah, but that's tasty.
Pretty good. Pretty damn good. Yeah, it's weird being back in the city, to be honest with you.
Right?
It's different.
Get a little taste of that country life. Yeah, I've been driving over in Minneapolis a bit here and there. And fuck, you hit a rush hour traffic, and dude, I can't deal with that shit, dude. I'm looking for any way to get off and just take back roads or something. You know what I mean? Like, get me just away from this mess. Not a city driver anymore.
So
It can be bad out in the country, though. I'm driving in the national forest and some of these curvy
Right?
one-lane roads, both directions. You got a truck coming down
But at
halfway
least
in my lane,
oh yeah.
whipping around, doing 20 over.
The city's just so unpredictable. Like, just people just do stupid shit all the time.
I prefer less people, man. Less people better in a lot of occasions. But
100%.
suburbs or country is a lot of fun.
yeah, that was working down towards Ypsilanti a couple weeks ago. I was down there for a week. I was in one of 3 car accidents that I seen within a block from where I was working. Literally. And you practically go outside and just see people, and it's because people is always in their own little world. You know what I mean? In the cities, man, people's got their own direction, their own little motive. They don't give two shits.
Everybody's high on pills.
Looking at their phone too.
God, it's even worse than them being high on pills. Looking at their fucking phone, 100%. And I'm guilty of it too, dude. I catch myself all the
When the
fucking
one
time.
that I was in, thank goodness it was a low speed. We come up to this light and we hear like a crash as we come up to the light. And I go, "Was that an accident?" And they're like, "Yeah." And we like over in the lane kind of next to him, so we kind of pass by. And the guy that I'm riding with jumps out of the truck and he's like, he goes to video what's going on. And the lady has already got a fucking hole, like an axe size hole in the windshield, which had nothing to do with this low speed accident. You know what I mean?
Oh my
And she's
God, dude.
swearing and blocking her face. The
Oh.
next thing you know, she tries to run him kind of over to get away from the accident. And as she does that, somehow or another, the lady she hit the first time was pulling out, trying to get out of the way, and she fucking hit her again and took off. Police came and literally did jack shit about it. I was so disheartened by the police work that they're like, yeah, no, it could have been a rental. Probably gone for good. Good luck, basically. And they had fucking plate number, picture of the car, and everything. The officer's like, yeah, no, gone. We're like, it was, yeah. It's just the level of craziness in the city is fucking real. I guess you get it in the country too. You just don't see as much of it, I guess.
Can happen
Ugh,
anywhere, I guess.
And the shit
people
you
are
can get
crazy.
away with, people get away with now. Like if it's anything short of like pulling a gun or something, like they don't want nothing to do with it.
Even that
Like if
sometimes you just claim
yeah,
you were having an episode and then
yeah,
they'll let you out. Mental health diversion.
pretty wild world we're living in.
Is I'm grateful for this warm weather. I'm grateful for spring to be sprung, the nice weather to be here, the events coming up here very soon. I'm very looking forward to seeing Mendo Dope coming to Michigan
Oh,
next
nice.
month.
They
So
always kill
that's
it.
gonna, yeah, a lot
Other
of
than a
good
second
research.
ago when I went to the bathroom and turned off my camera, has my connection been pretty solid? You guys been able to see and hear me and hasn't really cut out?
Nothing. I didn't even notice you were gone, dude, until you popped back on.
No worries. Good, good, good.
My head was down, fucking with this joint. Yeah, I didn't hear nothing. Sounded smooth
Yeah,
as
snuck
smooth
off,
as
peed,
silk.
washed my hands, came back.
I guess maybe I did notice, maybe not. But is this gonna work? Ah,
Shout out Jess and Bean in the chat.
no.
Skunk Ape Glassworks. Mark Rish. I think you, Mark, I'm probably mispronouncing that. Maybe I got it right. Mark R. I think they were the one who won the giveaway. We were talking about Subcool and how fucking awesome the Weed Nerd show is and how you can still watch it on his YouTube channel, thankfully, because like his Instagram's no longer, but at least you can watch the YouTubes. And it's amazing to go back and watch some of them now. I was too like emotional for a long time to be able to watch them without getting kind of tore up about it. But now it's been a long enough time and I can go back and appreciate it and see clips and watch even a whole one just in the background like I would in the middle of the day, maybe on a break, smoking and jamming out with Sub.
Not like you would,
No, it's not the
because you
same.
would have been hanging in chat back then, like
Yeah, he
doing
would have
the
been shit
fire
talking you.
stuff. Yeah.
You'd ask him a good
But it
question,
is.
he'd
I was
answer
the
it,
same
but
way. I had a hard
I should
time
go
doing it
back.
for a long time. Now
Um,
it's comforting.
yeah,
when I got turned on to him through your show, Eagle, like I didn't. That's when I was introduced to Sub. So he had already passed, and I deep dove, like I just binged watched them, one after another. But now I would like to go back and check out chat because I would know people in chat and shit now. That'd be a whole it'd be a whole new experience.
I wish some of the Instagram lives would have gotten uploaded because that's where I interacted with him a lot, more so than the YouTube sometimes.
Because I didn't know a
Bingus.
single soul when I was first like watching those Weed Nerd.
Is that Bingus? It says Bingu. I'll let him in, and I'm gonna spotlight myself here for a
No
second.
peen, no peen, no peen.
He went
Spotlight
back and
for
forth
Oh, it's
there.
the real Bingus. It's the real fucking deal. Bingus, the dank grower. I love Bingus weed. If you ever get a chance to smoke some Bingus herb, you'll be very fucking happy.
You're too kind, Jack. Thank you, buddy. How you
Good
guys
to see you,
doing?
Bingus.
PH
Cheers.
J5, what's up, man? Jack Greenstock, you're amazing.
Better now.
I'm
Always
gonna
good to have
have to
Bingus
get you
on.
another sticker, JC. J5.
What up, Bingus? Oh,
I'm gonna
look at
have
that. There we go.
to get you a new sticker, buddy.
She's like one of my first ones. You can see it's got a couple overlapping. It's been there for a minute.
Eagle, good to see you, man.
What up, Bingus? How are you, brother?
Doing good. Just getting ready to do some watering in the bud area. But every time I see an opportunity to jump on with you, I'm going to do it. So just so you know that. Thanks to Jack Greenstock, of course. I was kind of surprised to see you on. I was like, whoa.
I had to test the new router, man. My last week's episode, if anybody checked it out, I was cutting in and out like literally the very opening of the show. I introduced Spartan, and then I cut out. It like froze. So when he finished his intro, he's like, "And Jack's frozen, so I'm gonna fill the air for a bit." And I cut back in and was able to introduce, I think, Tao or whoever was up next. It's a good looking bud there, J5. Man, this J1, it's old school, but it is still some great smoke, man. Shout out to No Till Kings in California.
Thank you.
Right on.
I've got a funny little mention about today's sudden episode. There is I got my notification and I was actually watching SoCal. He's fucking over there fishing. And I hear him as I'm reading the notification saying you're on testing the router. I hear him say it like the voice in my head. You know what I mean? As I'm reading it, I can hear him hit the notification and read his notification aloud. You just go live and shit. I was like, that's kind of funny right there. That's synchronicity. I better
Small
check
world.
out this episode. So I kind of clicked the link and hell yeah.
Good stuff, man. Shout out to SoCal. I need to link up with him. He's a good dude. He's a hunter out here, and I'm not a deer guy, but I've seen some deer, so I got to give him some tips on some spots if he's interested. And also, turkey season's longer if you use a bow. Although I'm actually not interested in using a bow, but he's a bow hunting guy. He's very accurate with it, as he demonstrated on Eagle Show from like 50 yards. I think he hit a soda can dead on. So that's further than I would need, and it plenty accurate. So impressive stuff. And I shot one when I was in Florida at my buddy's place, a little 60-pound compound, and they're incredibly accurate. You could hit like a quarter from 30 yards, 35 yards. My first two shots, no training at all. You line the sight up and let it rip. But yeah, man, it's a little bit old school technology, but still very effective. And it's fun. I think there's something to just the shooting anything, bow, gun, whatever, the focus that you have to put into making an accurate shot. I think it's a little bit of a Zen thing. It's like almost like a martial art. You have to train and understand how it works. And if you stop doing it for a while and you try, you'll be like, wow, I actually suck at this. That happened to me with basketball. Didn't play basketball for a while, went out and shot hoops, and I was like, man, I haven't played for a while, and I actually suck now. Like, that's why you warm up. That's why you practice. There's a reason, muscle memory isn't everything.
Incentive. It gives you incentive to become better. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I got out of the shower the other day, not to put a bad thought in your thing, but I looked at my ass. I go, fuck, you ain't got one.
If you don't work out the muscle, it goes away. I noticed that. I was talking about that earlier in the show. I started losing muscle and I had to change my diet up and get back in the gym and start lifting again.
Yeah, I started doing squats yesterday. It's like, we need to fix that.
Health is wealth, man. You take care of your body, it'll take care of you.
That's right. That's right.
What's that, J5? That looks like a hash ball.
Very nice, actually. He's always got all kinds of dank shit going on over there at the J5.
Oh shit. Well, that works, I guess.
Jive full of 20.
Fuck.
J5, that's actually one of your girls out there too.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I got a
That's
random
dope.
bag of seed out of
It's
one
a
of the
female.
samples you sent me, and it made it to the pot there. So,
It's a
which
female,
one it
yeah.
is, unfortunately, I did not write it down. I just know it's from you. It says the tag says J5 question mark.
I might be able to tell what it is. It is a female, yeah.
I'm gonna give everybody
So
a
yeah,
5 minute warning.
actually it is.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be out of
that's
here
what
in
I
5 minutes. We're
it
gonna
did
shut
make
down
the
for
Okay,
it.
cut.
so I'll throw a couple more. This is an RS11 ball, and
I like
then
RS11. That's good smoke.
yeah, and then this one.
Nice flavor,
Oh,
decent high.
this is a Runtz mix. Look at that fucking donut.
Right.
Good. Enjoy some rounds.
I got this Ruthless Runt, like 3 different crosses from CSI, fem crosses. And there's like 2 seeds of each, so I just like combined them all into one big hash ball at the end.
Got a couple of CSI going. They haven't popped yet. Let's see. Oh, one of them is the Sleepy Joe from CSI. And then yep, the other
Is
one
that
is
named after Petrie?
I don't know. That's the purple Hindu Kush times Obama Kush. And then the
Ooh,
other one is the Humboldt Uppercut, which is U29 times Purple Punch. So yeah.
that's funny.
Two of those.
I did a Purple Punch cross of his last year, and I did a the Obama by that Runts plant he has, that Ruthless Runts, which he thinks is a gelato, I think.
I mean,
But
Runtz is a gelato anyway, so
pretty much, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, that Obama. Yeah, it's nice. You're gonna like that one. And I did the
CSI's got good
Purple
stuff.
Punch. I did the Purple Punch by Chem 91, thinking the 91 would punch it up a little bit. And Purple Punch sucks so bad it just made a shittier fucking 91.
How long did you take it?
Oh, I pushed it. Yeah, she actually held up well outside. When the fuck did I take that? It was near the end of October. Yeah, probably last week.
I think you let it ride long enough then.
Yeah.
I think indoor
It was dank.
might express better.
I'm talking shit a little bit, but it didn't have any color, no color. Just
Well, that's
like
Chem. Chem will take the color out of a lot
yeah,
of
it'll
stuff.
take the yeah, but
It'll bring that
and I
potency
guess,
up though. Usually, Purple Punch.
yeah,
People say it's Purple Punchless. I've taken Purple
but
Punch
it
for,
didn't,
to 70
dude.
days, and I think it's decent smoke. It's not the strongest smoke ever.
No, I agree. That's what I say. People don't fucking run it long enough. That's why it's fucking looked that way.
I've
Like
seen
people
people
that
harvest it at
like
day
you smoke
35
fucking go smoke Smiley's Purple Punch. I bet you're gonna fucking get stoned.
for sure. Good, well-grown Purple Punch is fire. There's a reason that it got crossed into fucking everything for like
Right, and
2
there's
years.
that a lot of it's fucking fire. Fucking
Yeah,
go down the list, dude. Of Purple
just made
Punch
it
crosses that
frostier
fucking were
and a little
hits.
bit terpier.
Mhm.
Not even terpier. It's a fucking
No,
methylanthanolate
it's like
bomb.
I guess I don't know what
Methylanthanolate's an
it.
ester. Gives it that kind of grapey candy.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got some watermelon phenos from some
and it
crosses
actually
developed
likes
punch.
to wash too. That's kind of
Unique.
yeah,
That's also
with
why it stuck
grape.
around.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good plant. I mean, shit. So is Oreos. Look at the shit it made fucking Pure Michigan. Pure Michigan's fucking fire. I don't care what you say, dude. Like that. That's some good fucking ganja.
I haven't got to try it yet. It looks fire though.
Yeah, it's nice. Again, if you run it fucking more than fucking 60 days on the head, you know what I mean? Or 52 by some of these people. But yeah, it's a good one. And it just blings out, dude. Like it's like that dank pot that can fucking actually has like fucking appeal to the eye. You know what I mean? It's like blings shit out. Yeah, it's hard to sell green pot these days. It's gotta have some fucking purple where I'm at anyway in my market.
The Chem and OG, I think, are like the two exceptions.
Gosh,
OG
yeah.
OG tends to move, at least
Not
where we are.
yeah.
It's sad that the market really has been dictated by that purple color. Because for
Big time.
me, purple doesn't really bring a whole lot of buzz. It's more of
No,
those ones I would
very rare. That.
categorize as like more of a medical strain. It makes
Hmm.
you feel good more than it does high. You know,
Takes
it
away the
tastes
aches and pains.
good, pretty, but unfortunately, the market really leaned there towards the purple there for the last 5 fucking years. Everything was crossed with purple, 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 and now all the, that's the demand. For
Hmm.
me, I prefer the lime green
Fuck
cannabis.
yeah,
For
dude.
me, that's the high, a good uplifting, laughy weed. To me, a dark green weed, which I very much enjoy, is something more of like a cow's like good, good. But I don't like that. I've said that a million times. I'm not a huge on the purple
Dude,
myself.
I've had purple
I'm just glad
pounds
it's part of the
and green
quiver.
pounds in turkey bags. I've opened them. I'm like, smell them, like just fucking smoke it. Like they don't care, dude. They don't even care. They don't even want
Dude,
you to
there's the whole
open the
spray pack.
fucking
We're like such a
bag, dude.
minority at this point. Like there's people
Fucking, they just
smoking
look at
terp
this shit,
sprayed
dude.
stuff.
I'm
I
not
love
talking.
this meme though. It's like terpy strains or dumpers, reality. You got sticky strains, you got dumpers, you got terpy strains, and then there's like the crossover. It's like a triple Venn diagram, and then there's this tiny little sliver of gray, which is sticky terpy strains that dump, which is like a tiny minority. I'd put GG4 in that category. But yeah, there's very, very few out there that are all of these things. A lot of people think it's just like, oh, I got a terpy one or a dumper. And in reality, um, many of them aren't as necessarily high performing as we'd like them to be ultimately.
We can all take the same clone, grow it, and have 5 different types of weed. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Completely different.
100%. That's
Yeah,
the whole grow off
unrecognizable
shows
from
that
one
every time.
another.
They give like 30 people the same clone. People get different terp results, THC
Yeah,
results.
it's fucking
Everything's different. Your
wild,
environment, how much you give it water or don't,
dude.
and how much light, what
The
kind of light.
fucking true challenge would be to try to grow fucking pot that has the identical fucking percentages. Let's see you do that. Let's try to do that. You, me, Bingus,
That'll
and
come
Eagle.
on
We set up
someday.
our rooms
Good,
and we fucking try to fucking grow them each to the T, dude. Now that'd be
good.
impressive.
Brandon Russ has got some people hooked up with like his soils and inputs and his cuts, and they grow it, and the terpene
Cut
and
that, Jay
THC results are
Patrick.
pretty similar. But I gotta
Make
shut
a
it down,
clip.
y'all. I got some other stuff I gotta get going to today.
Right on. Thanks, Jack. Nice sharing a
Thank you,
panel with you
Jack.
Peace and
finally,
love, y'all.
EJ.
Thank you all for hanging out for a little bit.
Big up, Bingus.
I don't know if I'm gonna keep this stream around. I might delete it. This was just a test stream, so we were just
Chat's
hanging
where
out,
it's
having
at.
fun. But we
Load
did
up,
have a good
go.
chat. But catch you all on Sunday. Peace and love, y'all. Cheers.